Good morning to one and all present here. I, Ms. Bhavisha Patel, working as an associate professor, School of Pharmacy, Parul University. I feel privileged to extend my greetings to respected Dr. M.N. Patel, Provost, Parul University, Dr. Abhay Dharamsi, Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Dr. G.S. Chakrabarti, Principal, Parul Institute of Pharmacy and Research, Dr. Lalit Ladha, Principal, School of Pharmacy, Dr. Vandana Patel, Dean Doctoral, Parul University, and today's expert, Dr. Jalpa Suthar, Associate Professor, Ramanbhai Patel College of Pharmacy, Charusat, Changa, faculty members, and my dear students. On behalf of Faculty of Pharmacy, Parul University, I welcome you all, the distinguished dignitary, to grace the online national level webinar on research in pharmaceutical sciences. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Jalpa Suthar ma'am. Dr. Jalpa Suthar is presently working as an associate professor at Department of Pharmacology and Clinical Pharmacy, Ramanbhai Patel College of Pharmacy, Charusat, Changa. She has a total 14 years of teaching experience and 10 years of research experience in a pharmacy field. She has to her credit 21 national and international research publications in reputed journals. She has guided 13 MPharm students and 1 student pursuing PhD under her guidance. She has awarded by late Srimati V.G. Yevle Memorial Award in the 23rd National Annual APTI Convention, APTICON 2018, for the best paper publication in Indian Journal of Pharmacy Practice. She has presented 15 posters and papers at various national and international colleges and presented paper at a 7th International Conference on Clinical Trials in September 24 to 26, 2018 at Chicago, USA. She has received the Best Paper Award for the paper published in Indian Journal of Pharmacy Practice and the category of Community Pharmacy by APTI in APTICON 2018. She has received travel grant from Indian Council of Medical Research of rupees 95,922 towards the travel expenses and visa fees to attend the 5th International Conference on Clinical Pharmacy and Healthcare in September 17-18, San Antonio, USA. And also she has received travel grant from Council of Scientific and Indian Research of rupees 30,000. Now, it's my humble request to ma'am to begin the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bhavisha madam. Thank you for such a nice introduction. I'm very thankful to the organizing committee members, Dean Principal of Parul University School of Pharmacy for inviting me and giving me chance to interact with you. Let me begin with the topic research in pharmacy. Am I audible to you, madam?
Yes, ma'am, clearly.
Okay. So first of all, we start with the basic terminologies which are commonly used in pharmacy research, or you can say pharmaceutical sciences. So pharmaceutical sciences is a broad terminology where you can say different disciplines are there under the pharmaceutical sciences, or you can say pharmacy. So first of all, the term research, like research is divided into two parts. First is re plus search. Re means again and again, and search means to find out something which is valuable or informative or innovative. So this is simply, we can say, the break of research term, research, and it is also considered as a scientific terminology, like we can also consider in the research, like collecting the informations, organizing the information, then evaluating the data which are available pertaining to the pharmaceutical sciences. Now, the research terminology, that is also part of a systematic approach where you can organizing or generating the formulations of theoretical approach and considering their practical implications in pharmacy field. So research, it is a kind of a systematic approach, and also the formulation of any kind of theory behind the research or behind the process is also considered a type of research. So looking at this, now we clarify the definition of research, right? So what is research? So research is defined as a careful consideration of study regarding a particular concern or problem using scientific methods. So this can be a one definition, and other is research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomena, where you can also include the inductive method as well as deductive method. So where simply we can consider inductive type of methods are there, where we use facts or rules, and with the help of the facts and rules related to the discipline, and we generate some hypothesis, new hypothesis, where it is a kind of inductive methods. And the deductive methods, where you need to apply your knowledge or using some knowledge theoretical aspect, you can understand the problem or resolve the problems or query. So we have to include both the aspect, or you can say both the methodology, inductive method and deductive methods, in the process of the research. Now, we move towards the pharmacy research, or you can say pharmaceutical sciences, the research. So, pharmaceutical research that includes broad area, like disciplines are there, different subdisciplines or research areas are there, where we need to just study the different procedures, or you can say development stages, where you need to examine, and especially like investigations are there, some experimental designs are there, and the main objective behind this pharmacy research is to provide some innovation or discoveries, like in the drug area. So discovery and interpretation of this fact, then revision of accepted theories and laws in the light of new facts, or you can say practical application of such new or revised theories or laws related to the pharmacy are considered as one of the you can say part of the pharmaceutical researches. Now under this pharmacy research, you must be aware, like there are different disciplines are there, or different areas are there. In under this pharmacy research, one of the major target is pharmaceutical research, where there is a process, or you can say a spectrum of drug discovery included, right? So in a pharmaceutical research that consider drug delivery systems are there, drug development is there, then evaluation is there, and also the regulatory approvals are required. So under this pharmaceutical research, one can have a spectrum of knowledge regarding drug discovery, then development and drug evaluation, then the new concept of the drug delivery systems, and then approval, regulatory approvals are required. Another area, you must be aware about the healthcare related services and the developments under the pharmacy. So pharmacy related, or you can say pharmacy practice related disciplines are also there, when major concern is human health. Okay, the human health or their facility, healthcare related facilities are also part of pharmacy research, where we can target the human health in a center, and to identify the different different kind of situations, or you can say disease conditions which are pertaining to the human, and identify them, study of them, then prevent and treat. So that is also healthcare related services are there, or you can say the development related to the medical science or pharmacy science. Then another is clinical research. Clinical research, again, it is a broad, you can say, area where we can do clinical trials, clinical study related aspects are there, when preclinically drug is proven or having some safety and efficacy data are derived based upon animal studies and preclinical study, we can do clinical studies. So clinical research, it is a part where human studies are involved. So this is another part under the pharmacy research. And the another area that is big area is operational research. So operational research wherein applications are there, like scientific methods or their application in the research part is there, or you can say in study. And with the help of that operational application, or you can say scientific method application, we can identify the problems, we can provide solution to the problem, and we can analyze the problem. So we can simplify the complex system through the operational research. So these are the broad areas are under the pharmaceutical research. Now, let's move towards the pharmaceutical sciences. Like pharmaceutical sciences, we can consider it's a kind of dynamic and rapid changing field. Like innovations are there. Nowadays, in the pharmaceutical sciences, some changes are there. You can say looking at the current situation, COVID-19. Due to that, there are rapid changes are there, or you can say antiretroviral drug discovery, or their new indications are coming. So pharmaceutical science, we can consider a rapid changing field that combines a broad range of scientific disciplines critical to the discovery and development of new drugs and therapies. So where we just have to consider the drug discovery cycle in the pharmaceutical sciences, or we can also consider some newer approaches of treatment for the current situation. To for that, let's consider under this pharmaceutical research, the major component is drug discovery cycle. Okay, all must be aware about this drug development cycle and these phases which are part of the drug discovery, right? So first of all, for the drug discovery and development, there are different phases are there. First phase we can consider is a basic research phase. Okay, where you need where pharmaceuticals, pharmacochemistry persons are involved in the drug discovery, and they find out some new compounds, or you can say candidates are there. And after the phase of preclinical, or you can say animal study, where you need to provide like data, reports regarding safety and efficacy in the animals. Okay, so that are considered as a phase, a critical phase where you need to find out the efficacy or safety of your new candidate, right? And then after we comes to the clinical studies. Again, clinical studies are in four phases, where phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 clinical trials are there. So, this phase where you need to confirm the efficacy and safety in humans. So, in that phase 1 is there, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 1, where we can confirm the safety, or you can say side effects in a small group of healthy population. And then after, phase 2 comes. And in that, there is a confirmation of effectiveness and safe dosage and administration methods in a first time administered to the patient population. And after that, the expanded phase 3, where you need to do multiple site studies are there, and confirmations are required, like confirmation of efficacy and safety, and also there is a comparison in the large group. So these phases are there under the clinical trial, and afterward, after confirming the safety and efficacy, we can apply for the application, new drug application, right? So new drug application and revision or review are required. Approximately 1 year time period is there. Then approval of the drugs comes in the mark. Then Afterwards, the post-marketing surveillance is there. That is phase 4 clinical trial. So you consider this is the procedure of drug research and drug development process. So these are the major challenges where we can say major challenges in drug development and discovery in the pharmaceutical sciences. And you can say it is a lengthy process, or you can say tedious process, time consuming for a new drug candidates to be approved or to be available in the market. Now, looking at these pharmaceutical sciences, or you can say pharmacy research, they are broadly categorized into different categories. First of all, we have understood the drug discovery process, and also there is a concept of drug designing where pharmaceutical and chemistry, pharmaceutical chemistry part is there. Then drug delivery, then dosage form designing related, then drug action related, that is pharmacological action related area, then clinical studies related, clinical sciences, drug analysis, quality assurance related, and also there is a part of pharmacoeconomics. So pharmacoeconomics, it is also again a category under these pharmaceutical sciences where you need to consider the cost of the formulation. Okay, cost effectiveness of the medicine, it is also essential. And pharmacoeconomical applications are also required in terms of drug development. Then last one is the regulatory affair. So regulatory affairs that require some basic knowledge about the marketing and regulatory requirement in different countries or in India. So these are the basic, or you can say main categories of the pharmaceutical sciences. And also there are different opportunities are there in the pharmaceutical sciences. You can consider that is a diverse field and having some opportunities like research facilities. You can get some opportunities regarding research. Then pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies are there, or academics or universities are there, where we can get job opportunities or career opportunities. Then some government agencies like Food and Drug Administration, and also some laboratories where we can work, pharmacy personals can work, like in National Institute of Health. So these are some areas or the career opportunities for pharmacy people. Now, so looking at this background, now we consider the different types of research. So basically, the types of research are categorized in three different aspects. Okay, there are different types of research methods are there, types are there, but broadly it is categorized in three different aspects. The first one is purpose. So depending upon your purpose of research, we can classify different types of research. Then another is process related. The process of your research also categorize the different subtypes of research methods. And the third one is outcome. So based upon your outcome, there are different types. So let's see first the purpose. So the on the category of purpose, there are four types of research. First one is descriptive research, second is analytical research, then exploratory and predictive research. So these are the different types. They are mainly targeting the purpose of the research. So now we understand each. First is a descriptive research. Descriptive research means a kind of survey. Okay, you are finding out something, you take some inquiries or different type of surveys in a local population or your targeted population. So survey based studies, or you can say case based studies, are considered as a descriptive type of research. And mainly this descriptive studies, sorry, descriptive studies, the purpose is to find out the descriptions of the state of affairs which are present or is exist in present, and it is a kind of example like ex post facto research means that having some effect, retrospective effect on a research, and there is limitation. We can consider the researcher has no control over the variables and he can only report what has happened or what is happening. So in the descriptive research, we are not able to control the different variables that affect your findings. Okay, so basically the research is a survey type or survey kind of research are the classical example of descriptive research. Now again, subdivisions are there in the descriptive research. So first we discuss about the survey research where questionnaires are there. You need to provide the questionnaires to the target population, and based upon that you have some retrospective effect on the research. And another that is case study based. So case study type of research are also considered as a descriptive type of research. So based upon some case scenario or case examples, we learn something, we derive something, and we conclude. So, based upon that case history or case findings we study, that is also considered as a descriptive type of research. And again, our examples like correlation studies are there, comparative studies are also kind of descriptive research. research. So correlation where you can also find out the effect of exposures and their outcome, correlation where different factors, the relation with the outcome that you can study. Then comparative studies are there where you can compare the test and the control. So test formulation and control formulation, you can compare that, or you can say comparison between the two different variables, right? So these are the few examples, or you can say subdivision of the descriptive type of study. And most of the time in the pharmacy practice research, or you can say in a clinical research, this kind of studies are applicable, right? This type of designs. Now, next one is the another type, that is analytical research. So this is a kind of in-depth research where you need to evaluate the available informations and to derive something, right? So depending upon the available data, you need to do an in-depth analysis, interpret and make it simplify. And depending upon that review and observations, you can identify something, right? So researcher in the analytical research has to use facts or informations which are already available, and then analyze this to make a critical evaluation of the materials. Now, one can consider the examples like historical research, philosophical research are there, then reviews, depending upon the articles, research article or review articles, we can compile that. And meta-analysis is one of the classical example of analytical research. So where you need to target the articles which are published or review articles which are already published, then you have to do systematic investigations of that articles and prepare report upon that published article on some specific objectives, right? And then you make some conclusion depending upon that. That is a kind of a meta-analysis, or you can say analytical research. Most of the time in pharmaceutical sciences, we do analytical research related to the uh, like prior art searching, or related to the data regarding prevalence of disease, or you can say disease treatment strategies, or you can say new formulation related aspects, right? So in each and every discipline they do analytical research. Next part, for the purpose, under the purpose category is exploratory research. So again, this exploratory component is related to the research conducted for a problem that has not been clearly defined. So this is a one kind of design, or you can say method, where you need to find out the feasibility of your research method. Okay, feasibility, or you can say find out the problems which are associated with the study, or they are not clearly defined, right? So exploratory research, it is a kind of procedure when you can check the suitability and feasibility of your study, or simple way, the pilot study, right? Pilot studies are there where you can find out the suitability of the study, or based upon your pilot study finding, you can modify the study design, or you can change the parameters, okay, and change the collection methodology. So exploratory research, it is a kind of basic research to confirm the study design or to check the feasibility or suitability of the design. So this is again a type of research method to find out the purpose. Another is predictive type of research method. So predictive, again, this is applicable in the case of social sciences, or you can say uh, a method which is useful in the practicing of extracting some insights on some information from the existing data set, right? You can derive something, so that is predictive type. Or you can say data mining of like available large data are available with you, and from that you can some extract something with the help of statistical modeling or machine learning techniques, and using it to predict unobserved or unknown events. So this kind of method, it is considered as predictive analysis method, and where we can consider identifying cause effect relationship across the variable from the historical data, right? And also discovery of hidden insights, or you can say pattern, with the help of data mining techniques. Now, data mining techniques are also applicable in case of pharmacovigilance study. Okay, pharmacovigilance study, it is a kind of area where you need to understand the pattern of adverse drug reactions. Okay, reporting pattern. So this is also applicable in case of pharmaceutical sciences, and you apply observed patterns to unknown in the past, present, and future. So data mining and the use of these machine learning techniques, we can correlate, or we can identify the unknown events, or we can predict. Okay, so this is a kind of predict analytics. Next part is process related. Okay, under the category of process. So research are two types. First is qualitative research, another is quantitative research, which depends on the process. So this qualitative and quantitative, they are different terms. Now quantitative research, that is based on the measurement of some quantity, or you can say amount. A simple way of quantitative research is like measuring body weight, or measuring something, okay, of individuals or some patient data. That is a quantitative research. One of the example of this quantitative research is anthropometric data. Okay, anthropometric data, like when we collect the uh, BMI, then height, weight of the students, or you can say target population. Like your target is patient population, sometimes it may be in elderly or geriatric, or you can say pediatrics. Then this anthropometric type of data collection is considered as a quantitative type of research, and it is also there in pharmaceutical sciences. Again, qualitative research. So this is specifically related to the quality. Okay, so phenomenon that is related to the quality of data. And with the help of this qualitative research, we can derive some characteristic of the human. Okay, we can derive some personality and mankind related uh, variables, right? So qualitative research, it is a kind of research where we can measure the personality characters of the individual or human being. And this kind of research are also applicable in different segments, like in the institutes or in university. They can derive, they can conduct this type of qualitative research to identify the personality of the persons, and also applicable in social sciences. So these are the examples of qualitative research. Like tests are there, word association test. It is a one kind of technique where we have to correlate the words. Okay, different words are given, then you have to correlate that words, and depending upon your ability, one can interpret the personality, right? And another is sentence completion test. So some sentence are given with missing words, we need to complete that, and with the help of this test, we can also find qualitative criteria. So this is again a type of research. We can find the process. Then last one is outcome. So there are different types of research which are coming under this outcome category. First is the applied or action-based research, and second one is fundamental, or you can say basic pure research. So this is most applicable in case of pharmaceutical sciences, basic as well as applied research, that we target on the outcome, right? So outcome based research are most commonly applicable in case of pharmaceutical sciences. So applied or action-based research are also there. And generally in case of applied or you can say action-based research, uh, they are targeting on some current situation, like finding a solution to an immediate problem, right? So mainly in pharmaceutical sciences, the drug discovery innovations are generally based upon this action-based research, looking at the current situation or looking at the current prevalence of the disease or pattern of the disease, or depending upon the emerging innovations in the field of pharmacy, or you can say in the case of diagnosis, right? So this type of applied or action based research are targeting to the current situation, or you can say problem. And there are subtypes, like marketing research is there. Then another is evaluation research, where you need to consider the current scenario of customers and looking at the requirement of their customers, or looking at the gaps. We can find out that gaps and then provide some solution, right? So these are the applied or action based research, and through which we can serve the society. Another is basic pure fundamental research. So this is most common, or you can say a basic level, uh, basic category of the research methods, where we have to target a cellular level mechanism, or you can say cell level targets are there. So it is a kind of procedure where you can generate some hypotheses, or you can formulate some theories based upon the fundamental research. Okay, cell cultures are there, some molecular level research are there in the field of pharmacology, right? And through which we can derive something, and we can generate some hypothesis. And one of the example of this pure or fundamental research is some natural phenomenon, or the equations derived, mathematical equations are considered as a basic or fundamental research. And these findings of this fundamental research can be considered as a base of application, right? So based upon the theories or the fundamental finding, we can apply this in like application of this research can be there, and there are scopes for the further research, right? So basic research, or you can say fundamental research, are also there in the case of pharmaceutical sciences. Or you can say there is a collaboration with the biotechnology, or basic research related facilities. We can do some basic research in the pharmaceuticals, or you can say drug discovery related. So these are the examples of fundamental research which gives some outcome. Okay, so outcome based research are there. Now, there are other types also. These are the common types which are derived depending upon the categories, but there are other types of research we can classify. So, methods are there, like methods can be depends on the time, based upon the time of data collections. Like sometime it may be cross-sectional research, then longitudinal research, retrospective research, prospective type, right? So depends upon the time of procedure or data collection. The other research methodologies are there. Cross-sectional means single point. You need to collect the data at a single point and then develop some outcome, or you can say prepare some reports. Then longitudinal research means over a period of time at different time point interval you need to collect the data. Okay, so that is a longitudinal type of research. And also there is a retrospective or prospective type of research methods. And others are depends on the environments, like field research. Okay, in the case of epidemiological research, like we need to target a larger population, so they are considered as a field kind of research. Or we can say uh, different populations are covered under case control studies and under the some specific environment, like some targeting some specific group of population, right, under the specific environment. So they are the types of field research. And also laboratory controlled research are there, and some research related to the case studies, or in say diagnostic type of research, which are a clinical kind of research, right? Now, the next important part, we understood about the different types of research methods. Okay, research types. Now, which are the characteristic of the research? So, first of all, a good research follow a systematic approach to capture the data. So we need to follow the systematic approach, step-by-step approach for the research method. And researchers need to practice ethics and code of conduct while making observation and drawing conclusion. Okay, we need to prevent the unbiased database, then provide ethical consideration while conducting the research studies. Then another is analysis is based upon logical reasoning and involving both inductive as well as deductive methods. So we need to consider like inductive as well as deductive methods are combined to find out the solution of the problem, right? Then real-time data and knowledge derived from actual observation in natural settings, it is also essential. And in-depth analysis of all data collected so that there are no anomalies associated with it. So specifically, you need to strengthen your methodology or data collection procedure to prevent the other loopholes. Others are like it creates a path for generating new questions. Whenever you do any kind of research, it is an endless procedure, right? When we generate something or we can produce something, conclude something that gives a base for a new research findings. So this data generally provides some new hypothesis, right? And also gives some more research opportunities from their findings. And it is analytically and use all the available data so that there is no ambiguity in inference. So you need to clarify each and everything while doing the interpretation of the data, provide clear informations. It is also a characteristic of the good research. And accuracy, it is almost a most critical aspect. It is most required aspect in the research. It must be accurate as well as correct. So most of the time laboratory research required control environment, okay, quality control, or you can say standards are required in the laboratories. Whenever we use some machines, some sophisticated instruments, their calibration is required. You need to make sure about the functioning of the any instruments. So these all are considered as a research good characteristic which are applicable in case of carrying out any type of research, right? Now in the last, I have covered the recent advances. Now, recent advances in the field of pharmaceutical sciences, in case of research, we are aware there are different applications are there, some different discipline like branch specific. Like when we consider the pharmaceutical sciences, they have their own involvement like in research and advances are there. They have new concept in drug delivery, then dosage form designing related, okay, nanotechnology related research advances are there, delivery aspects are there. Then also we can consider um, other applications like ICT application in pharmaceutical science, and here we can consider artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence is considered as the most you can say most recent one, or it is most in demand in pharma sector. So there is application of artificial intelligence we can consider in drug discovery aspect, and also there is a drug development aspect. There is artificial intelligence, you must be aware about it, right? Then research and development related, quality control related, and market manufacturing, pharmaceutical manufacturing, this artificial intelligence is there. So artificial intelligence means which simulate the human intelligence, and through the simulation mechanism, this mimic the human actions, okay, and that application in the computer sciences where we can merge with the pharma sector. And with the help of this artificial intelligence, there are some benefits are there in terms of drug discovery development, starting from discovery related, then development related, then also we can say in the clinical aspect also, like for preclinical also and clinical aspects also. Then another is related to the diagnostic test or data mining. Then another is related to the clinical side, like drug prescription analysis related, then precision of medicine, or you can say customized medicine related. There is the application of artificial intelligence. So there are other recent advancements are there, but this is most common, or you can say recent one in case of artificial intelligence. Now the last part is outcomes. So whenever we do research, the outcomes are like first to promote the quality research, then improve interdisciplinary research activities, right? It must be having some collaboration, interdisciplinary approach are required, team approach are required to provide good outcomes, quality outcomes, and ultimately that will be beneficial, or it will be beneficial in terms of quality of medicine, or also stimulate the innovations, and also that will be beneficial or having some better quality services to the society, or you can say community, then end users can take advantages of your research. And last, through the research, these are the some general aspects. Like generally, through the research, we get improve quality services in the public sector, public healthcare sectors. So this generalized outcomes are there for the research. So with this, I end here. Thank you everyone for kind listening. Hello.
Thank you very much, madam. Hello.
Huh.
Thank you very much, madam, for your very informative and deep research in pharmaceutical sciences. Thank you very much, madam, for this. And if anyone have any questions, you can ask.
Yes. If you have any question, you can ask.
Yes, it's a request to participants. If you have any questions regarding to this topic, you can ask or you can write down in a chat box.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jilpa, madam, please focus on some student projects. Okay, first of all,
Okay.
let's consider Shivani Patel. Yes, Shivani, you can continue.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Shivani Patel, and
Good
I am
afternoon.
research scholar. Actually, I want to ask one question which is related to my PhD project. So, may I
Okay.
ask,
Yes, you can.
ma'am? I have one question that if someone is preparing transdermal formulation, and in that they are going to bear some formulation, right? And that formulation is particular for CNS related. I mean, for CNS condition. I mean, I don't want to disclose my disease right now, but my disease is oriented to CNS, right? And I want to deliver my drug to the CNS. So how can I check whether my drug cross BBB or not? Because first it will goes to the skin and then it will go cross the BBB. It will not directly cross BBB, right? So how can I check?
Actually, this is more technical question, right? And I am specifically from pharmacology, pharmacy practice department.
Okay.
So better you ask to some expert related to your field.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, I thought that it is related to ecology. That's why I asked to you.
Actually, you need to ask like uh, to the some expert related to the field. Actually, I am from the pharmacy practice side.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay, not an issue.
Okay, madam. In a chat box, I have two questions. One is
Okay.
from Dr. Bindya Chauhan. Which softwares can be used for artificial intelligence for research project?
When we actually, I am not aware about the name of artificial softwares which are related to the artificial intelligence. But let me give some time. I will provide you some database like which are the softwares which are useful. Okay, so I will inform to the Bhavisha Patel afterwards. I have no idea about these softwares, frankly speaking.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. And another question is from Dr. Vinod Kumar Gurjar. What are the challenges with the UG students in a research and how we can overcome these challenges?
Okay. So UG students, like BPharm students, as per the recent trend, like in undergraduate students, they have to do practice school, right? And in practice school, they need to do research projects. Now, when we consider the challenges, most of the time, these undergraduate students are not expert in terms of the specific areas. So basically, from my side, I consider we need to give them training regarding that basic area, research area, okay, where we need to do research. Uh, while considering the PG students, they have their super specialization, right? They have the in-depth knowledge about their specific branch. But in case of UG students, they are not aware about their super specialization, or they have some general knowledge about the pharmaceutical science or pharmacy knowledge. So we need to provide some basic knowledge, or you can say some practice that is essential from my point of view, that is required.
Okay, thank you very much, madam. I think Vinod sir have a good answer. Now, um, one another question from Minesh Patel.
Okay.
Is there any evidence to helping the uh, all in diabetes?
Artificial intelligence.
Yes,
Okay.
AI. Okay, okay.
Is there any
Artificial intelligence.
evidence to helping the artificial intelligence in diabetes? So basically, this artificial intelligence, it is a kind of you can say computer-based software, or you can say programming, where we can derive some specific evidence related to the some specific disease. Here you ask about the diabetes. So depending upon the data set available regarding the disease progress, they can generate some reports based upon the available informations that are inserted in the database, artificial intelligence. So I think you got your answer.
Okay. Yes. Anyone have any question now? Okay. So thank you very much, madam, for your valuable time from your busy schedule, and give and share knowledge about the research. And I think it will very helpful to the PhD scholars and UG students, and also some faculty members. So again, heartily thankful to you, ma'am. And as a token of appreciation from the Parun University, I want to present the e-certificate. So can I present, ma'am?
Yes, you can.
Yes. Please accept this, madam.
Oh, thank you so much.
Afterwards, I will mail you this certificate.
No
So
problem.
thank you very much, madam.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. Okay. So all the participants, please find the feedback link for this webinar in a chat box, and also share in a Facebook. So please find the link and fill the feedback form, and give your feedback to for this webinar. Again, thank you very much, Jalpa madam, on our invitation. You immediately accept this and give such a good knowledge to us. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, madam.
Thank you, Bhavisa then. Shall I leave now?
Uh, yes, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Yes, participants, you can leave the meeting, no problem. Thank you very much for joining the meeting. Sir from PU webinar.
अभी क्या करना है? Excuse me.